So, as I told you, all the police and all the legal professionals will lose their job. Thousands of them, right? And how can they afford their education for their kids? And how about the medical institutions? Suppose nobody is ever ill, even though these days it is going the wrong way. You know, they are not really concerned with the curing the disease. They are more concerned with, can I say, making more money. That's bad. But suppose nobody is ever ill, then all the medical institutions will close, right? Then they cannot afford to pay their education bill. Then what happens? Universities will close down. So that's why I said, quoting Leibniz, the German philosopher, when he developed what is called theodicy. Theodicy is a discipline of philosophy in which they try to defend God from evil. Why Almighty God, such an Almighty God, you know, all-loving, almighty and all-knowing God, when He creates the world, He allowed evil in the world. And Leibniz says, well, God has a reason. And one of the reasons is this. This world, with all the evils in the world, including earthquake in Haiti, all this evil, with all this evil in the world, still, this is the best of all possible world, even a logically possible world God can create. And I thought, what could that mean? And I thought, maybe he's right. If there's no one suffering, as long as you are not at the end of the losing line, are you with me? In the society, that's okay. But what about those people suffering, being killed? So Leibniz said, still, this is the best of all possible world. Well, now how could we protect ourselves from finding ourselves at the losing end of the line? We have to do something. You have to create good karma. Good karma. Karma means actions, deeds. You don't have to wait until your next life. Even in this life, in your workplace, if you say something you shouldn't, that's the creation of a bad karma. And you have to pay for that in your workplace. Okay? In the family too. Family too. If you say something which hurts your loved ones, that's the creation of evil karma. You create a hell out there. So it all depends what kind of mind you have. Is your mind a good mind, full of wisdom and compassion, understanding, or you are totally selfish, and you just don't care about other people, selfish, absolutely egoistic, and so on, then even his or her own loved ones are not really loved, you know, and that's what's going on all over the place these days. Shall we say, never mind other people? Well, we have to look very deep into our own minds and see how our mind is. Because Master Chung just said, in answer to the question, are there really 6 realms of existence, or called the 6th path? This idea of a 6th path comes from Indian philosophy, Buddhism, and Hinduism, and so on. High is the Deva world, angelus world, heavenly world. Second is the human world. Third is called the Asura world. Asuras are like spiritual beings with no body, sometimes bellicose, you know. And fourth is the beast world, animal world. Fifth is hungry ghost, the world of hungry ghost. And the bottom is the hellish world. So the student asked whether there are really 6 realms of existence. And Master Chung is saying, well, There can be, but real, the 6 realms are in your own mind. You see, I want to say realm instead of realm, because of the habit of, wrong habit of learning. Because I learned realm, we put the vowel after the L when there is no vowel in the, LM. Between L and M, there's no vowel, but we had to put. And the Japanese are expert on that. They put every word after every consonant. They put the vowel. Makuto Naruto. You know what Makuto Naruto? You know what that means? Makuto McDonald. Every one of them. You know how they say doctor? Dokutoru. Dokutoru. They put wu like that. And I learned my English when I was a kid from a professor who was educated in Japan. And so, anyway, that's not the point.
It's funny, it's good.
6 realm, film, still film, I want to say. Okay, so it is in the mind, he says. Depending on the state of your mind, either you can live in a heavenly world like an angel in one day, for an hour, or even for minutes. Or you can be in the world of humans. And the humans, says in the human mouth, there are 2, both the good and bad, and pleasure and pain and so on. That's the human world. And asuras are, in some Buddhist scriptures, they don't put asuras. They only 5 realms. Not realms, okay, 5 realms. Deleting asuras. But in Korea and Japan and China, they learned that there are 6 realms, okay? Asuras. Asuras, we heard that those asuras are the spirit of the some people who died but didn't get the body, even not animal's body. So spirit alone attached to trees and big trees, and when some spiritually weak people pass under the tree, then attack the body, giving certain disease and sometimes kill. That's what we heard. Okay? Bad. And animal world. Animal like, the dogs and cats and tigers, lions, like that. I sometimes find myself, I am in the world of beast, and I'm angry. Okay? And hungry ghost. Hungry ghost, hungry ghost, the world of hungry ghost, what they find is this, neck is very thin, big mouth and big belly, so that they all the time they're hungry. They desire a lot and the big mouth, but put a lot of them in the mouth, but they just, food doesn't go through the thin neck. So they are all the time hungry with a big belly. With this back belly is, like a flattened all the time like that. And hellish world. So let's look at very quickly again. The world divided into 6 paths and the 4 forms of birth is created and revealed by our differentiating mental states. It all depends how your mind functions, differentiating mind. The level of Deva is the realm where one transcends all situations of suffering and pleasure. That is the Deva world, called the Nirvana world too. You transcend pleasure and the pain. Like, when you drink a Coca-Cola, it's sweet, right? But if you drink something like bitter, okay, you like sweet, but you don't like bitter, right? What is the Deva world? Transcendent world is like a taste of pure water. Pure water is neither sweet nor bitter, but that is the best taste. You know that. Suppose you have to drink Coke instead of water all the time. You'll be sick and tired of it, and